This was me, ABC poker, getting shoved around. Weak, boring, predictable. Then I stopped waiting for cards, and I started fighting. It was dangerous and profitable. Now this is your saga. I learned to fight. Now I'll teach you. Ben Riggs. I'm going to teach you how to steal pots. Let's get to work. 5-6 in the cutoff. We get 3-bet by the button. Button's playing 11-6 in 19 hands. Easy fold. Look at this knitted table. 3-6 in the small blind. I steal. I get a call. I flop an open-ended straight draw. I don't know much about the villain's folding habits. I see that. Villain folds. King 8 in the big blind. A fairly tight villain playing 19-9 steals. I flat call in position. I flop second pair, good kicker. Villain makes a small c-bet. I call. Turn doesn't do much. Villain checks. When villain checks, and I think about the villain's range, when the villain open raises and then checks here, I think I have the best hand. If I don't have the best hand, I probably have 5 outs on the river to make the best hand. So I'm going to bet for protection. And we take the pot. King 4 on the button. We get 3-bet by a villain playing 20/13. Easy fold. It's raising 13% of hands. Ace 2 in the small blind. Big blind is playing 14-9, and we have an ace blocker, so we're going to steal. And we take the pot. 9-8 suited in the big blind. Loose aggressive button raises. I flat call. I have 2 cards bigger than an 8 after all. My range misses this flop terribly, and I have very little equity. It's too bad, because this villain is loose, aggressive, and is c-betting 80% of the time. Villain c-bets, I'm forced to fold. King Queen on the button. Steals the blinds. King 3 offsuit in the small blind. The big blind is playing 12-12 after 84 hands, so I'm going to steal. Then I gotta fold. You're going to need a crowbar and a court order to get a call out of this guy. He's not playing poker. He's preserving his stack for science. 9-9 on the button. We get 3-bet by this loose aggressive player with less than a full stack. So we 4-bet. Villain calls. Given the stack to pot ratio, I'm not folding anything. Especially that. But what do we do now? We bet small, and we're peeled. Villain stack is half the pot. Unfortunately, the turn is a scare card, and it's unlikely the villain has anything except overcards. Also, unfortunately, I feel like I have to bet here, just in case we run into another spade that doesn't pair the board. And we take the pot. Still a nice pot. Queen Jack in the big blind. Limping villain is 16-12. Isolating villain is 12-12. This looks like a great area to squeeze. And I do. Villain calls. This is a great flop to c-bet, and we have an open-ended straight draw. We turn our straight. Given the stack to pot ratio, I'm not too worried about the flush completing. And villain folds. Ace Queen in the big blind. Villain's playing 22-11. I 3-bet for value. Villain folds. King 7 in the small blind. Villain is extremely tight, and the table is now 3-way. Villain folds. 9-6 suited on the button. Again, 3-way. Villains fold. 10-5 suited in the small blind. Unknown villain. 3-bets. I fold. Why am I folding? Because I was bluffing. King 7 on the button. I get 3-bet. I fold. I was bluffing. Ace-2 suited in the big blind. Standard tag steals from the small blind. I flat call. I flop bottom pair. Of course I peel. I still have bottom pair, and I'm not crazy about my gut shot completing. Villain overbets the turn. Why would he bet so much with pocket queens? What is he afraid of if he has a set of tens? Villain checks. When villain checks this river, I really feel like just checking back is the best move here, given how polarized the situation is. In analyzing my own play, I feel like I played this hand pretty good. The villain has a lot of air when they overbet the turn like that. I also like my check on the river. As far as the way the villain played, I don't think I like it. I like just betting 2/3 pot on the flop, the turn, and the river here for value. I think not bet folding the river is a missed opportunity. We had him on air after all. In my opinion, this was kind of a weak play, a typical ABC tag. This is not the way of the Redline warrior. 10-7 suited on the button. We get 3-bet by a villain with a pre-flop raise of 14. Easy fold. Ace-9 in mid-position. Big blind calls. Do you like c-betting this flop? I do. Ace-King early position, or mid-position. Steals the blinds. Ace-4 in the big blind. Small sample, villain's playing 27-27, opens from early position. This flop actually hits our range pretty good, but given my lack of equity, my capped range, the villain's strong range, and that I'm out of position, I think I'm going to check fold. Villain checks back and we hit top pair on the turn. I usually don't like to get value in this spot because I get so many folds, so instead, I'm going to check back and see what the villain does. Villain makes a small turn bet, and we river 2-pair. Now we have no choice but to bet for value. There's a lot of missed draws that the villain could put me on here. In fact, I think this is a good spot to overbet. I'm trying to look as spewy and bluffy as possible. Maybe I'll get a call from pocket tens or pocket jacks. No such luck. Queen 9 in the big blind. Somewhat loose aggressive reg from the cutoff, so I flat call. Flop hits my range and not the villain's. Villain c-bets very often. I have a gut shot and an overcard. I'm not going away so easily. Villain c-bets. I call. When villain bets the turn here, just thinking about the villain's range on the board, I'm putting the villain on a lot of air. This villain is c-betting the flop 83% of the time, and so far has bet the turn 100% of the time, even though it's only one sample. Looking at stack sizes, this looks like a decent place for me to run a bluff. So I shove. Actually, I missed the shove by 3 or 4 big blinds, but same thing. A river bricks. Villain turns over. I made a pledge to show all of my hands, not just the ones that went well. I stand behind this bluff. I think it's a decent spot. When you lose 160 big blinds of chips in a spot like this, don't be hard on yourself. What the villain turns over has nothing to do with whether it was a good call or a bad call. A Redline warrior looks past the results and thinks about the play itself. How do you know if it's profitable or not? You know if it's profitable or not. Go with your gut. Go down swinging. If you're introspective and you think, hey, was this spew, is this a bad spot? And you think, no, I had good reason, then stand behind it. You're doing great. Poker is what? It's brutal. Buckle up, champ. You got this. Nerves of steel. You can handle it. It's all part of it. Want to see more? Come train. Hit subscribe. See you in the dojo.